car chases, fight scenes, and even self-confrontations in the mirror have led to some pretty crazy moments, and plenty of stunt injuries on the set of movies. See how some of the biggest actors in Hollywood have injured themselves over the years and learn what scenes made it into the final cut of their movies. We hope you enjoy these crazy stunt injuries. Before we begin, make sure to hit the red subscribe button and ring that bell to keep up with the latest from ScreenRant. For actor Jim Caviezel, the suffering on his face is not just great acting, because he received several real lashings to his back, suffering from deep gashes, bruised ribs, and many other injuries while on the set of The Passion of the Christ. What's one way to prevent a character from escaping a maze? Running him over. Actor Dylan O'Brien was severely injured on set of The Maze Runner Death Cure. The injuries from the car plowing him over forced production to stop for several months as he healed and recovered. Mark Ruffalo took his knowledge of amateur wrestling to whole new heights for the filming of Foxcatcher. Poor Channing Tatum was the victim of a Hulk-sized slap to the ear which popped his eardrum. Other wrestling scenes resulted in additional injuries to Tatum, including a broken hand. Leonardo DiCaprio finally won an Academy Award for his role in The Revenant, but he truly deserved it for his performance in Django Unchained. After smashing a glass and bloodying his hand, DiCaprio continued to act and finish the scene before seeking medical attention. The cast Brad Pitt wears in Seven was no movie prop. During a chase scene earlier in the film, Pitt accidentally shoved his arm through the window of a car, resulting in the onset injury. It ultimately added more to the character and fit within the story of the film. Not every crazy stunt needs to involve high-speed cars or explosions. For Joseph Gordon-Levitt, all it took was a bike ride in the film Premium Rush. After losing control of his bike, the actor plummeted into the back of a taxi and cut up his whole arm. In the sci-fi film Cloud Atlas, Halle Berry not only played the role of multiple characters, but she also suffered multiple injuries, including a broken ankle. This just adds to her list of many injuries from other films like Catwoman and X-Men. When Michael J. Fox puts a noose around his neck in Back to the Future Part 3, take a close look at his face and see the real suffering that takes place as the actor was really getting choked and needed to be released by crew members. Daniel Craig has not only stepped into the shoes of James Bond, but the hospital bed as well. Each entry in the James Bond franchise has included injuries for the star. In Quantum of Solace, he suffered from torn muscles, bruised ribs, and a cut on his face which required multiple stitches. The illusion of movies is great, but actors also need to be in on the trick. For James McAvoy, he felt the pain of a missed stunt when he broke his hand punching a steel door. He would have been fine if he hit the soft spot on the door rather than the hard steel. A stuntman was seriously injured filming a scene in The Hangover Part 2 when he was supposed to hang out of a taxi window and another vehicle got way too close and crushed him. The actor was in a medically induced coma for several days and suffers from lifelong injuries. In the fourth installment of the Rocky franchise, Sylvester Stallone made the mistake of deciding to really punch it out with Ivan Drago actor Dolph Lundgren. Stallone was sent to the hospital after a chest punch caused heart swelling for the actor. One of the craziest on-set injuries took place during the filming of The Crow. Brandon Lee was supposed to be shot with a blank bullet, but a real bullet was loaded into the gun and the actor was fatally wounded because of the incident. Robert Downey Jr.'s ankle injury on the set of Iron Man 3 didn't stop the Marvel train from churning. A body double came in and the actor's face was digitally added over the actor to prevent extensive delays from Downey Jr. healed from his injuries. Tragedy struck on the set of the Twilight Zone movie when a pyrotechnic explosion and helicopter crash led to the death of multiple actors, including young child performers. The swinging blades of the copter caused the fatal death when the actors could not move out of the way in time. Russell Crowe went all in for his boxing role in the film Cinderella Man. Training and fighting scenes became so intense, Crowe injured his shoulder while sparring, and this was just the first of many injuries while filming the boxing movie. Maggie Grace took on Bruce Willis in Live Free or Die Hard, and the actress pulled no punches, or should we say feet, during the battle. In one take, the high-heel shoe cut a gash across Willis's forehead, which required numerous stitches to heal. During an intense moment of the Jake Gyllenhaal movie Nightcrawler, the actor screams into a mirror before slamming it shut and shattering the thing to pieces. What you don't see in the scene is the massive cut on Gyllenhaal's hand, a cut which required multiple stitches. Stunt performer Olivia Jackson was riding a motorcycle for a scene in Resident Evil: The Final Chapter when she collided with a camera and suffered from life-changing injuries. She needed to have her arm amputated, crushed her face, suffered from several spinal injuries, and broke multiple ribs. Sylvester Stallone takes on a lot of action stars in the Expendables movies, but a WWE superstar may have been too much. During a fight scene, Stone Cold Steve Austin injured Stallone's neck, and the surgery forced the actor to have a metal plate inserted inside of it. A simple helicopter landing turned into a crazy spin-out and crash for both the pilot and passenger. The actors were relatively unharmed and continued the scene despite the crash. Later, a shot of flaming helicopter debris was recorded to make the crash seem even worse than it was. For young Linda Blair, her time filming The Exorcist was filled with lots of ups and downs, literally. While being lifted in the air, a malfunction resulted in a painful spinal fracture for the actress. Now there's a real scare. For the live-action adaptation of the anime Aeon Flux, Charlize Theron decided to do a lot of her own stunts, including some backflips. During one flip, she landed on her head, herniating a disc in her spine, and filming was forced to shut down for nearly 2 months. Trapdoors and flames are not a good combination. The Wicked Witch of the West actress Margaret Hamilton suffered terrible burns when her escape stunt did not go quite as planned. The scene gave a whole new meaning to the classic quote, "I'm melting!" Another Mission Impossible movie and another set of crazy Tom Cruise stunts. This one was supposed to be a simple jump from building to building, but things didn't quite go as planned and Tom Cruise broke his ankle in the process. Wow, there you have it. What stunt injury was the craziest? Should Tom Cruise stop doing his own stunts? Are there any that we missed? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to ScreenRant to stay up to date with our coolest content.